From members of the European Parliament themselves and other researchers that not only did the drafters of the Lisbon Treaty remove the word concept and made the treaty unreadable and deceptive, their actions to hide the true intentions of the treaty has made researchers dig even deeper. Their deception has backfired on them and has fully revealed them. 26 other countries of the EU have betrayed its people by not giving them a vote on the treaty. Only Ireland has the power to stop it. Only Ireland will be given a referendum to save democracy and freedom for the people of the EU by voting no for them. And make no mistake, this treaty is tyrannical and it will end democracy, as you will hear from the MEPs. This is the biggest threat to Ireland since we won our independence.
There are 8,500 words in the new text than in the old one. And since they had the instruction from Sarkozy to make a mini treaty, the Council was then instructed to change the font so that they have less space between the lines, and now they have managed to have 8,500 more words and 62 pages less. So that way we can make a mini treaty. It's not a very sympathetic way the European Council have worked in this case. They took a political decision, they made a political agreement among prime ministers that this text should not be put for referendum anywhere. Then they tried to avoid it in Ireland. They know that what is published until now, signed by the prime ministers, is a text they have never ever read. Never. Why? Because it can't be read. This is not a treaty. This is 300 pages of amendments to 3,000 other pages of treaties. And you can only read it if you take one amendment by one and then look it up in the existing treaties and insert it. Who will do that job for you? So that you will have a reader-friendly edition that's possible. They have decided in the Council that it's not allowed for any institution in the European Union to print a consolidated version which can be read before it has been approved in all 27 member states. This is a decision. The European Parliament, we agreed unanimously in the Constitutional Affairs Committee that we wanted a reader-friendly edition, a consolidated version, which could be read unanimously. We will not have it, because higher powers decided we cannot have it. This is an instruction from some prime ministers. They do not want the text to be read. The order is signed.
For France and Netherlands, they voted no. There is a difficulty also. We have to have a constitution or a set of rules or a set of values, whatever you call it, and get hung up in the constitution name. But we agreed originally it would be called the constitution. So, to answer your question, I think 2008 and the other side of the French elections will come back to this again. Probably a slimmed down version of the constitution, but hopefully with not too much change in the substance of what we agreed 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
But then they have managed to change the presentation. They take away the word constitution from the front page. And if you then go in the Lisbon Treaty to declaration number 27, you will then find that there you have the constitution again. Because it approves the existing court cases, the verdicts from the court in Luxembourg. Among them, you have verdicts explaining that the European legal system is a constitutional system. From 86, there's the first verdict. From 91, you have it explicitly stated by the court.
They're trying to undo the democratic legacy of the French Revolution in this. The right of peoples and nations to self-determination. That's the thing that is at issue. Countries can no longer decide their own policies. Peoples can no longer decide. The Irish people won't be able to decide under this backward and anti-democratic treaty.
An oversupply is damaging to the economy, especially to the middle class, the majority of the people. In 2004, the EU expanded, bringing in 10 new members with a population of 75 million, mostly from the former Soviet bloc. 12 of the existing 15 EU countries blocked these workers from coming into their labour market. Only Ireland, Britain and Sweden completely opened the doors to these workers, bringing in a huge influx of immigrants in a very short time and having a huge effect on the
whenever persuading a company to come into Ireland, pay $8.50. So overall, it's going to bring the wages way down on the north. It's going to end a lot of social protections, which we're already seeing in Ireland with the poor hospital services, etc. You know, now the post office will be privatised. There'll be no social element to the service anymore, you know, etc. It's not to attack the rich because they're going to profit.
They're excellent. They create no problems whatsoever.
The big thing is when you're going to have to work for less in order to keep your job. And, you know, then you add the negative equity that's maybe coming in the, you know, in the house thing. You're going to see real pain. I mean, if this goes ahead, you're going to see real pain.
And if we vote yes on the EU treaty and then this sort of thing happens, the other companies come in, the cheaper labour comes into Ireland, and then the Irish people decide we don't want that, we don't like that. How easy will it be for us to change that on the EU level?
See, the thing about it is that this is coming in anyways. It only happened in late December. So
you should not only fear qualified majority votes in the Council, you should also fear, for instance, the court in Luxembourg. They can then use the extended areas of cooperation to make it their way. Let me give you a new example. 18th of December 2007, just before Christmas, the court in Luxembourg took a very important and far-reaching decision in the so-called Laval case. A Latvian company went to Sweden, built a school, the Latvian salaries.